How interesting. So somebody that's fighting Ebola, or this is an Ebola-related story, is in yellow and purple. Is it Ebola or is it Eloha? And is this thing trying to treat somebody, or is it taking somebody's life? Because this don't look like some shit that somebody would dress up as. Okay? It's supposed to be a death sentence once you get it, unless they do amputations to stop it from spreading any further on the skin, because it basically what it does is it eats all your skin up. So what they can do is try and cut the infected area out, and then if that doesn't work, they just have to remove the limb so that the disease has been removed completely from the body. I'm telling you, this Ebola is Eloha. It is these dudes that are out for revenge or whatever it is, whatever the actual story is, the biblical story. They are not in the game of making people happy. I mean, you can clearly see the purple here. You can see the yellow here. I showed it to you. It's affiliated with Saturn in every way, shape, or form. So this is not a disease that they're afraid of. They're afraid of these guys. They're afraid of these guys. Whatever they may be. I'm sure of it, because this is completely out of control. And there's other things going on. There's other shit working in the background that they're using this to keep people busy. But the color codes give it away. They wouldn't use that color code unless it was absolutely necessary to push a message, or the same intent was to be used. And it definitely is.
Right thing to do right now.
Hickox, now one of 4 people in the area, quarantined by state order, despite being regarded as low risk by the CDC. Her attorney telling ABC News she's planning to take legal action against the state. And Morgan Dixon, seen here returning to be quarantined at the Harlem apartment she shares with fiance Dr.
Look at this pencil neck geek. This ain't no human. Come on. This guy looks like Skeeter from Doug Funny. You remember that show, that cartoon, Doug Funny? He had a friend named Skeeter. Look at this guy's neck. It's not even proportionate for his fucking body.
Dr. Craig Spencer. Dixon and 2 other friends of the couple were held for 2 days at Bellevue Hospital.
Oh, at Bellevue.
Where Spencer is being treated for Ebola.
We were monitoring their health.
Look at this creepy looking motherfucker. Jay Varma? You might want to change that name to Jay Varmint. Fuck, where's Yosemite Sam?
Okay, and I can verify that in fact they are all.
You ever seen a dude with a chin like that?
All healthy with no symptoms.
Yeah, nurse treated like a criminal. What a surprise. No, just the fact that she has red hair doesn't make her guilty, does it?
According to the World Health Organization, there are now more than 10,000 Ebola cases worldwide in 8 countries, including a 2-year-old who died last week in Mali.
Oh, in Mali. Yes, which is just adjacent to the other side of the fucking planet from the United States. Wow. That's got me on edge. How about you guys? 8,000 people have died. 2 who never had it in the United States that were quarantined. Yeah, it's out of control. It's a classic case. Buy the book.
All right, Lindsay Davis, thank you for that report this morning. And we do want to bring in ABC's Dr. Richard Besser, who's in Williamstown, Massachusetts. And good morning, Dr. Besser. First and foremost, these mandatory quarantines for medical workers that are returning from the Ebola hot zone, now in several states. Why don't you support these measures?
Well, how about let's do it like this. If there was any real threat, let's just say this Ebola shit was real. So they're returning from overseas. Do you know I had a spider monkey when I was down in Colombia? Okay, and I wanted to bring it here. Do you know that the animal has to be quarantined for 30 days? It does not leave the port of entry. Matter of fact, they can refuse it and they'll send it back. So basically what they're saying is these guys come home and they get to go to the states they live in, and then they get quarantined. Does that seem like counterproductive? Like you're going to let them travel all that way and infect a bunch of other people? It's because the story's bullshit. It's about something completely different. The stories are completely idiotic. First of all they would have to do is tell you your visa is no good. You can't get back into the United States. And if you do, you're going to sit in this room until we know for sure what the fuck is going on. Secondly, a real outbreak like this would not even make the mainstream news because it would be an epidemic. And they would not want... See, you got to understand something. They like order out of chaos. But it has to be controlled chaos, and they have to control it. Chaos that they did not create, they do not like. Do you understand? So there is no Ebola outbreak. If there was, it wouldn't even be on the news. They would sweep that under the rug like they did the AIDS dealie for a long time. My friend's sister was the personal accountant for Jim Henson, and I can assure you that dude did not die from a cold. He died from AIDS. They said he died from a cold in 3 or 4 days. Whatever. The bottom line is, this type of shit doesn't make the airwaves when it's real. They're speaking about something else, and they're speaking to a very large audience that's in the know about something else. And when I say Jim Henson, the guy, the creator of the Muppets, that's who I'm speaking of.
When I hear this story of how she was treated, it's actually chilling. What's going to make it safer for us here in America?
You know, what's going to make us more safe in America is if you tell us the truth about what this is. Okay? When you tell us this, because see, really the Aloha are the people that are on here. Her, the lady that's talking, everybody else that's involved in this crap. You know that song, Band on the Run, by Wings and McCartney? And then Joined Together with the Band by The Who, which they took that and they made that, I think that's the theme to the United Nations organization. Joined Together with the Band on the Run. It's the Fallen Angels. Do you understand?
Is to get as many doctors, nurses, healthcare workers to go to West Africa to knock it out there. And anything like this, it creates a disincentive. You know, when someone is treated this poorly when they return, why would anyone go over there to help?
You're so full of shit. Oh, I'm not going to go help because if I come back, I'll be treated bad. Are you out of your fucking gourd? What the fuck?
Deter us from the really important work that needs to be done on the ground right now. So let's talk about the public fear that we're seeing right now.
Here's a capital idea. Don't go. There you go. You know, I'm a pilot. There's an old phrase, and I've said it before. You don't have to take off, but you do have to land. As long as your feet are on the ground, everything's fine. Once you leave and you get up in the air in the aircraft, well, now you can run into all kinds of problems. If you don't leave, you don't have to worry about being quarantined. See, another reason this story's bullshit.
Over Ebola. You say elected officials are creating an unnecessary sense of panic with these quarantines?
Look at these two mugs. Look at this bullshit.
I think they are. What people need to realize is that no one can spread this disease until they have symptoms, until they're losing body.
Nobody can spread this disease until they have symptoms. But nobody would have the symptoms until they have the disease. Sounds to me like a real catch-22 situation, you dope.
Fluid. So having healthcare workers and others monitor themselves for fever, an early sign, is a way to keep us safe. What we're seeing is states piling on and doing more actions to reassure the public, but when the actions aren't based in fact.
Yes, we're showing ambulances and road construction crew vehicles right here. That's just, we're showing the community that we care by showing a footage of somebody going to check on a pothole.
It actually helps promote the fear.
Like they would do this. Like they would do all of this. Like they would do all of this. Like you'd have to have a squad car. Are you fucking kidding me?
Our leaders to come back to us with those facts, and that will help the public understand that really people are safe.
Dr. Besser.
We're safe because they're going to fill this pothole because that's exactly what this vehicle is. This is not fucking Ebola. What a clown show. For fuck's sake.